Hey y'all. Hey HR. Jump on with your questions. We're gonna get in quick and probably be off in like no time. So what I'm trying to do is make sure that I come on at least weekly so that you guys can ask me all of the HR questions you want to ask. My inbox has been going crazy on Facebook, as well as IG, and I get tons of comments with questions, and even on LinkedIn, like I get tons of questions there too. And so I didn't want you guys to feel like you were at the mercy of me replying with that. And sometimes I'm like really getting stuff going on, so I can't always just reply quickly when you want me to. So as a result, I figured I'd jump on live, let you guys ask whatever questions you want. And if you want it more personalized for you, then look out for future opportunities where you can schedule a time with me and ask me whatever questions specifically about your career and about your movement or whatever you want to do. It could be anything. I mean, it could be about career. It could be about starting a YouTube channel. I don't know much, but I'll tell you what I do know. And then I'm going to try to get on live on IG. And so hopefully folks, if they see me on IG, then they'll come over and join us on Facebook, but I'm only answering questions that's on Facebook. So here we are. Let's go live. I don't even know when I'm live on IG. I don't even know nothing about it. So if you got any questions, hey Cynthia, how are you? I feel like I have congratulations in order for you. You let me know. But if not, then I'm pretty sure it's coming soon. If like I am behind the times and all has gone well, congratulations! I'm so happy for you. So I feel like I have congratulations. And if I step out of line, just let me know. Okay, love you and miss you too. Okay, so I have some questions that folks gave me already. And so I'm going to go ahead and toss out these questions. And Cynthia, I feel like Cynthia, you had a question, but I feel like I answered all your questions because they were super like personal. And so I didn't want to put them on the live. Did I answer all your questions, Cynthia? Stations are in. All right, congratulations in order. Awesome, awesome. Well, I'm going to go ahead and jump to the other questions. But Cynthia, let me know if for some reason I did not answer your questions, okay? So I got two questions in IG that I could find. I feel like there were two more, but I can't find them. So if you jump on, then definitely ask your question. But the first question is how to request a raise after 6 months in a position. So let me just go ahead and be clear. First things first, avoid accepting offers with salaries you're not comfortable with. If within 6 months you want a raise, then that means you weren't satisfied with it when you walked in the door. Second thing is if you know you're not satisfied with it and you're like, oh man, I'm really thinking about keeping this position even though it's not at the salary that I want because I either really need a job or I either really need the experience, then one thing, sorry, I'm gonna try to bring this down. Then one thing you definitely want to do is in your offer and document it in your offer letter when you accept the position, make sure that you negotiate that part of your offer letter and have it documented with the time frame prior to accepting the position. So let me give you an example. I've had employees where they're like, hey, Tamika, I really want to accept your job offer, but this isn't the salary I was really looking for. I was anticipating that I'd have this much and blah, blah, blah. And so because I'm not offering them what they want, then most times, of course, they'll rebut. If we rebut and we're still not quite matching up, because this has happened to me multiple times where people have like rebutted an offer that I've given them and we're back and forth. So if it's not exactly where it is, or if we're okay going there, it's just you don't have the experience that we want, then what we'll normally do is we will have that outlined in the offer letter. That's your way. And particularly in states that are at will, like South Carolina, when you're not working in a state that has contracts, then this is your way to make sure you get your money. If you don't get it from day one and you're like, okay, I'm going to show them all I got within the first 3 months, or I'm going to make sure this is a place I want to be before I even expect them to pay me what I feel I'm totally worth, then you can have them put in the offer letter, contingent upon 6 months review, contingent upon 90-day review. Then we will go up to X amount after a review on this particular date with this particular person. Almost like a contract. You got to put it out there, because at the end of the day, most times I've always seen where we fulfill it. It was only one time that I was like, y'all, that's some dirty shit. But obviously I don't work with that company anymore because it was not, they just weren't doing that company right. So always negotiate that up front, or don't accept the offer, and always get it in your offer letter if you accept the offer at a lower amount. So the second question that I had in IG, currently have management experience in trying to transition to HR and these jobs. Okay, I'm gonna come for your question next. Stay on for me. I only have two more questions, and then I'm gonna come to your question. And I can't pronounce your name. I'm sorry, Yene Cashew, but I'm coming to you next. Okay. So the next IG question that I had was how to send an email to a potential employer if you were referred by the hiring manager for that position. I would initiate an email. I would have that person go ahead and introduce me to the hiring manager or to whoever I need to know at this new company by email. So I would say, hey, go ahead and give me, I'm excited about the position. I definitely want to know more about the opportunity. Can you have that person introduce me to who I need to know by email? And just do a virtual introduction. And honestly, this was happening long before COVID. So now it's really going crazy now, where people are like introducing left and right by email. And then you can say, hey, I definitely want to know more about this position. And then you can go forward with that. But I wouldn't reach out to anybody because, one, you don't have anything in writing. Two, and I feel like an attorney saying that, but that's so true. Two, you don't want somebody to be like reneging on their word. Three, it could be that they really don't have a good relationship, and this person just telling you this because they're trying to see what can happen from you talking to this person. So I would, if everything is well, it shouldn't be a problem for that person to send you an email. Send an email to both of you, introducing you two together. And then as soon as that potential hiring manager responds, then I would quickly respond. And I probably would get it off of email then, exchange phone numbers and have a phone call coming for an interview. Don't do all that emailing back and forth. Unless it's necessary. I prefer not to. And then I had another question in Facebook where someone was asking me if I do resumes, which I get that question all the time. Yeah, I don't do resumes. I will review them. And eventually I will have a link where you guys can go ahead, sign on, and do it. And like get some time with me, and I'll go ahead and do your resume that way. But honestly, I've been doing resumes for a long, long time, and to be real with y'all, I just already got. People will ask you to do their resumes and don't give you all of their information. And to me, that's overwhelming. It's your career. If you really want this done, I shouldn't be running behind you for it. Secondly, I will go through all this work, make you look amazing. You're telling me you got the job, and then I get no form of like payment, and I already put all this time into it. So I'm not doing resumes, but I will review them. In very rare instances, like the person asked me this question, I'm going to do hers. But in very rare instances, I'll do it. But I'm not trying to make that as a service on option because that's just too much for me, and that ain't where I'm at in life. I'm trying to do some stuff that I like. Oh, Aileen. All right, Aileen. So, Aileen, your question was, currently you have management experience and you're trying to transition into HR. That's a loaded question. Lord, I love to answer that separately because I will say this. You can use your management experience and put that there are tons of transferable skills in your management experience. I definitely would beef up my resume by letting folks know that I have this management experience. So how I would do that is I would go at anything you have interacted with HR for, you have the management experience side of that. So all you need to do is, transfer those skills into an HR position, which is totally easy because as a manager, most times you've seen multiple HR people kind of guide you through situations. So you kind of got an idea of how to do that. So I probably would look at everything I've done in those management roles, if it's at multiple jobs, multiple positions, whatever, and put those skills into my resume wherever I've done those. So the first thing is like, you've probably done some interviewing. You've probably done like payroll or timesheets. And even if you just did timesheets or you just did PTO approval or whatever, put that you have managed payroll. It's a way that you word these things, guys, so the folks will pay y'all attention. But I I would also put that. Sorry, my phone went out. So I would also put that you have interacted in several meetings, and then put some KPIs for what you've done in your management role. Like if you've saved the company money, put in that amount or that percentage. If you have like helped employees grow over time, then definitely put that. If you've helped with like professional development, maybe you had someone that was green, a novice level in the job, and you can kind of give. And honestly, that's a good like question for an interview. When you get into an interview, like most times they're gonna ask you, "Hey, can you give us an experience, a time when you've done X, Y, Z?" Telling stories always will get you the job because it shows your experience. But you definitely want to put that throughout the resume. So I hope that I answered that well. If I didn't, Aileen, then let me know. But Aileen, you got another one. I love it. So you also live in South Carolina. Awesome. Any groups or workshops you should join? So first of all, since the world of COVID, things are so virtual, you don't have to live in South Carolina to connect with people all over the United States. Um, there are tons of Facebook groups that I've joined since COVID, and I feel like I joined almost all HR groups that I joined, except one I joined since COVID. So you can just search through the groups in Facebook, and do it that way. There are groups in LinkedIn, and I would join them as well. Most of them, quite a few of them, have events or what have you. So you're more than welcome to like pay attention to their emails and their webinars, since almost everybody's doing webinars. Definitely look for your local SHRM chapter, because almost all of those are online. I think that I'm in Charleston. I'm not sure exactly where you are, but I'm in the Charleston area. So I attend the Palmetto SHRM, which used to be the Low Country SHRM, or Tri-County SHRM. And we cover the Berkeley County, Charleston County, Dorchester County. So I attend their meetings on a monthly basis. We're about to go back in person with them. I would always look into your local chamber of commerce, because a lot of times folks are like business owners there who are looking for HR folks, or HR folks are there, or benefit brokers are there who work with a lot of HR folks, and so they know when people come and go. Insurance companies are there who work with organizations as well, so they know when HR folks come and go. And they can network. You can network with those folks, and they can like kind of. I get a lot of them I can't even say I get them to do referral letters. Like they just do referral letters for me. Like I have a great time with them. They have a great time with me. Most time brokers and insurance account managers, like their whole thing is for you to stay in business with them. And so they feed you nothing but great food and tons of drinks, and you just get comfortable. And then before you know it, they're like, "Yo, Tamika, I got this job." I can't tell you how many interviews I had before getting this job from primarily brokers that I know. So definitely go out there and network with them, and you shouldn't have a problem after that. But if y'all got any more questions, let me know, because we at 6:22. We only got 8 minutes left, so I'm getting out this thing in 8 minutes, and I can't see my questions in IG because I don't know how to do it. And so if y'all got a question, y'all might want to jump on YouTube so y'all can put it in the chat, because I don't know how to do IG. I'm going to work on it, though. I'm going to get my life together in IG, but that's just not where I am right now. Uh-oh. So I think I'm still live in IG. I'm really not good with IG. But you're welcome. So, Aileen, what part of South Carolina are you in? Because maybe I can like link you with some folks, or I know quite a few folks in Greenville, and I can link you with some other folks. They probably know about like local groups that you can join too. I think right now almost all of mine have been virtual groups. There is a group called like Empowered Sisters, I think, that I recently joined over COVID as well, and those are HR professionals. And the state HR meeting or HR conference that's normally in Myrtle Beach. Every blue moon, they'll put it in like Hilton Head, but it's always, I think it's always in Myrtle Beach. That's happening this year, so that's a good networking opportunity. If you are, oh good, you're in Rock Hill. So just keep in mind that if you are a student or a novice level, I believe that the state SHRM allows you to go to the conference at a super discounted rate. I think normally it's like $383 to $400. But I think for like students or entry level HR folks, I believe it's like $120 to attend a 3-day conference in Myrtle Beach. But that doesn't include like your hotel, but it does include everything else. They feed you a lot, they give you tons of drinks, and tons of information and insane networking. I've networked in that conference for years between that and the Municipal Association one. So Rock Hill is also, they go to the State SHRM Conference. Everybody across the whole state of South Carolina goes to the State SHRM Conference. So look up SC State SHRM Conference online, and you should be able to get to their website, and it's going to give you details, and you should be able to sign up for email alerts. So that's a great networking opportunity too. Sometimes there's some employers that will sponsor that, who, even if you don't work for them, like there are tons of people who are like, no, we'll sponsor somebody. People be looking for tax breaks. Okay, Alicia Parker, welcome to the party, girl. Hey. What about an older person trying to career transition into HR? I'm in my mid-50s, but find that HR is a youth-oriented profession. I have done HR experience, but I feel a little intimidated. It's so hilarious that you say that, because all of my years in HR, I've always felt like it was for older people. Truly always felt that way. I guess now it's migrating, because now we have degrees where people are getting bachelor's degrees and master's degrees in HR. And when I first started, it was only like a master's degree. I think no schools had a bachelor's degree. Like this bachelor's degree in HR thing is new for me. And so it's so crazy that you're saying it, because I guess it's kind of migrating into the next generation taking over HR. But I don't think your age has anything to do with you getting into HR. It's all about networking. That's the first thing. It is all about right place, right time. It's all about finding that company who's a good match. Some companies only want older people. Like, that's not a good thing to say, because obviously we violating the ADA, but you are protected at 50 years old. So after 40 years old, it's difficult for companies to terminate you or to not hire you if you're qualified. And if they do it, it's easy for you to sue them and get a lot of money. Because honestly, they are supposed to totally like not look at your age. So it's okay whenever you're putting in that information. You shouldn't be putting in your date of birth. I wouldn't put, like, unless it's a requirement, and it shouldn't be, I wouldn't put like social media links to there. So some tips so that people don't know that you're 50 plus old is, I would say, don't put any social media links so that it's difficult for them to find you. And you have a very common name. So, and Alicia does not sound like you in your 50s. I'm just saying, sorry. But you can definitely take off older experience. If it doesn't relate particularly to the job, don't put it on there. Like, just put like your last 10 years of experience. Nobody knows how old you are in your last 10 years. But when y'all start putting these 20 and 30 years of experience on it, then people guessing your age. Another thing, when you're graduating high school, particularly college as well, but there are a lot of people who are getting degrees later on. So definitely remove those dates. Just put that you completed them successfully. They don't need the dates from when you completed your high school diploma or when you completed your bachelor's degree. And they don't need more than 10 years experience on your resume or on your application. That way you can kind of hide your age if you're trying to do it just from applying. Otherwise, I say network heavy. When we get off of this, I'll repost this later tonight, I believe, or probably immediately. But I'll repost this, and you can see my questions, the answers that I gave Aileen on how to network, kind of in person, because you can network on LinkedIn and Facebook and different chat groups, HR chat groups, or what have you. I'm not real familiar with, what's that new one called? It's not TikTok, but whatever the other one is that everybody's talking about. I'm not really familiar with that new software. Chat room. I don't know what it's called, but that's another way to like network too. But definitely look back at the beginning of this, because I only have like 2 minutes. Oh, I have no more minutes. I was supposed to be off in 30 minutes. I want to stay on for an hour, but I promised a friend that I would do a favor. So I really got to get out of here. I thank y'all so much. We'll do sound advice. I'm going to start applying like I know that's right. You must have watched my latest video. I love you already. Apply like a fool, girl. Apply like a fool. Listen. When I'm trying to tell you, I said on that video that I applied to 5 jobs a day. But when I got into a grind, I was just going. I didn't even pay attention. One day I might show y'all my spreadsheet, like do a quick video of my spreadsheet and how to keep track of the jobs. I look back at that thing and I was like, damn, you've been applying like a fool. Anyhow, love it. Thank you so much for watching my video. Please set your alerts. Stay tuned. Subscribe. I thank y'all so much. Cynthia, definitely we need to chat. Aileen, stay on the next one. Come on the next one if you can. But y'all, we're going to try this again next Thursday at 6 o'clock. If you have not watched any of my videos, then definitely tune in to Hey HR. I'm currently editing a video all about a day in the life of a HR director. That was one hell of a crazy day. I picked like the busiest day to like record. But anyhow, that's coming up next. If not, then I have a couple more that's coming. This one is taking a little bit more editing because I have clips throughout my entire day. So my computer is like, I can hear it humming and everything when I'm trying to edit that. But definitely stay tuned. I thank y'all so much for tuning in. I appreciate your love. I appreciate your questions. Join me again next Thursday at 6 o'clock. Bye, y'all. Thanks, Aileen.